what I'm getting right now is people are recognizing your worth. People are finally starting to see you for who you really are. And what they see you is they see you as a walking angel, a warrior, a god, a goddess. They admire you and you inspire them deeply. And they are finally allowing themselves to admit that. Because it is what it is, guys. And gone are the days where people try to downplay your the effect that you have on them because it's screaming at them right now. And when they see you, they smile. Their energy gets lighter and people see you for who you are. They recognizing you now. And the reason is because you are recognizing you. In the past, you love to wait for permission from other people to celebrate you, to acknowledge your good doings, to give you a pat on the back. And a lot of it is because you genuinely didn't really know where the bar lied, or you didn't really know how good you were doing because you were the type of person growing up, nobody really acknowledged your greatness. And it wasn't that they didn't really acknowledge your greatness, is that they would openly, publicly acknowledge others in front of you. And so you knew they had the ability to be selfless and to, you know, celebrate other people. But for some reason, that grace never really got extended to you. So what that happened was it triggered an insecurity wound in you, a people pleasing wound. You became super, super overgiving, um, too emotionally, like your sacral chakra was definitely overactive because you had to self-soothe and self-cope, because when you were showing up in the world, yes, you have a smile, and yes, right now you always have a smile because your smile is authentic, but before, behind the smile was pain. Behind the smile was doubt, fear, uncertainty, insecurities, because you were always in survival mode, because you never knew when somebody was just going to come for you. Like, it was like you were an open target for people to bully you, to talk crap about you. You were also a scapegoat in certain situations because you were so kind, so sweet. People always used your name to get them out of the bullshit because, hell, you were just the perfect person to do it. So this entire time you were walking around with a target on your back, people secretly despising you, hating you because you were the villain in someone's story. You were unaware, you were the scapegoat. So you walked around with a smile because people told you to smile because you looked so mean. But what they didn't see was of all of the stuff that you had to absorb and internalize because people did not treat you right. God recognized that. I recognized that. And you recognize that. You also recognize that people are also unhealed and unhinged. And you also recognize that people do not put the time, attention, and energy and effort into self reflecting and evolving in your autonomy as you did. So in the beginning, yes, you were confused and hurt, but now you understand that those people were hurting you because they were hurt. And most of them were hurting you because they knew who you were before you knew who you were. And also they knew they wasn't shit either. But you knew, and they knew you, they knew they were shit. And the fact that you didn't treat them like they were shit bothered them. So they said, oh, hell no. I'm going to show her who I am. I'm going to show him who I am. And if they still staying, then they stupid. And there was some truth to that because, guys, we all have free will here. We don't have to be anybody's punching bag, anybody's ugly duff friend. We don't got to be anybody's second option, last option, never got invited to nothing because they didn't want you stealing they light having ass motherfuckers. But guys, none of that shit means anything to you. Because see, what happens when you go through a period of self-reflection and isolation and discovery and enlightenment, you really start to see people for who they are. You're uninterested. You're not interested in getting their validation. You're not interested in being a part of their friend group. You're not interested in going to their parties or joining in their nerd conversations. You, quite frankly, don't give two shits. And they're bothered. They're like, what? They're like, oh, hold on. Now they inviting you to the party, girl. Now, now they inviting you to the cookout. But here, the gag is, you don't want to go. Before in the past, you were begging for an invite. Please pick me. Please, I'm a great person. I'm good for it. You know this. You know this. They didn't care about that. They isolated you on purpose, ostracized you on purpose, talked shit about you on purpose too, because they didn't want people seeing you for who you were too. So your name was being spoken about in rooms you didn't really even know existed. And that's the past energy because you walked up on out of that. And you said, I'm chucking up the deuces. I'm focusing on me. I don't really know what's going on, but I know this ain't it. And I know that the longer that I allow this, it's all on me. It's all me, right? It's all on you. So spirit guided you out of that. You went on your spiritual evolution, your spiritual awakening journey. You discovered things like dark magic, black magic, voodoo, and you knew that it wasn't woo-woo. And you knew that, oh shit, the reason I lost that job is probably because this person was doing this, that, and the third. The reason that I couldn't save money was because they put money spell on it. But the more time you're thinking about who putting a spell on who is, the less time you're thinking about the solutions, and you are walking solution making machine. And that's why you're so powerful, because you don't even need all of that. You don't even need to go to nobody to take nothing up off of you. All you needed to do was proclaim who you are and who you ain't. And that was good enough. All you needed to do was recognize that this energy doesn't belong here. And you transmuted it up on out of here. So guys, now you're a walking proclamation over your life, because you said, hey, I don't need you to tell me that I'm divine. I'm divine because I know the type of character I am. I know the type of spirit that I hold. I know the type of energy that I hold. You said, I don't need nobody to tell me I'm chosen because I choose myself and God chose me. This entire time when you were in isolation, do you know that you were never alone? Do you know that that was the most supportive you've ever been by your ancestors, by your spiritual team, your spiritual guides, your angels? But now you've been privy to that. And now you're ready to come out into civilization with your head held high. And you are a walking royalty. You were supported. And with that being said, people are recognizing you for your work now. Not that it ever mattered. It never did. But you already knew this was going to happen. This always happens. Think of every other celebrity who didn't come from nothing and now there's something. All the people, oh, I used to go to school with that person. Oh, I remember you. And I also remember you too. And I also remember how you made my middle school experience a walking piece of shit. So you forgive them because you know that hurt people and they're not healed and they're unhinged and they're not really doing the work that you're doing. But you also know that you ain't no fool either. And you know your value, you know your worth, and you're moving accordingly. And you are only resonating with the people who match your vibe and match your energy. And that's the good part. But people are recognizing you and giving you flowers because you giving yourself flowers and you're standing 10 toes down in who you are. And that type of confidence is unmatched. That type of confidence is inspiring. That type of confidence is pivotal because it's authentic. It's true. And you are here to show people that they can do it too. That with a little bit of love, a little bit of trust, and a little bit of guidance, that they too can find the happiness and the peace that they so longfully deserve.